Seriously, man, these guys are cooking.
Ooh, bacon.
Greetings, tasty morsels. This is Reverse BLT here. Welcome to the channel. I'm about to watch episode 6 of Netflix's live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender adaptation. This episode is entitled Masks. Considering what happened in the last episode, like how it ended, and this title, I know exactly what at least the core element of the remix that's going to happen for this episode is, and I'm pretty excited for it.
Your gauntlets are laced incorrectly, but no one will notice.
What? Help me fix it.
If you noticed it, then someone else will notice.
I remember my first war council meeting.
Oh.
Yeah. There.
Well.
How do I look?
Like a prince.
About time that we get this part of the backstory. Yeah. Nice smash cut.
Fire Lord Ozai saw fit to put me in charge of all operations related to the capture of the Avatar. Of course, I welcome your assistance. In fact, I expect it. I'll need all the resources at my disposal, no matter how minimal.
Now that's definitely the Zhao I remember from the show.
Loyalty. General, with all due respect, your nephew doesn't know the meaning of the word. If he did, he would have shown us, the people who've been with him night and day for 3 years, a lot more respect.
I'm glad we're getting this.
He doesn't care what we've had to sacrifice, because he's never had to sacrifice anything. And if you ask anyone here, they'll tell you, he may be a prince, but he's not our prince. Sir.
I tell you, Aang can cover some distance in this thing on this glider.
I'm the Avatar.
We know.
Wait! You're supposed to be men of peace.
Is that... Is that Pierre Chang, for crying out loud, as the head of the Fire Sages?
He is the hope for the world. Remember the teachings of Avatar.
It is freaking Pierre Chang.
It's not meant to dominate the
At least
other
I think
elements.
it is. You guys know me and my face blindness.
You shall burn, along with the rest of the non-believers.
I like that we're kind of like exploring the idea of the Fire Lord as like a spiritual leader too.
It's me, Aang.
Is it not customary to bow before your elders?
You're literally him.
And to avert your eyes?
You're not his elder. You're him.
And hop on one leg? Forgive me, I couldn't resist. It's good to see you, Aang. But what took you so long?
I kind of hope that every one of his past lives asked him what took you so long.
Aren't avatars incarnations of each other?
We share the
You're
same
all
spark,
the same
but
person.
we are our own people. I'm different from Kyoshi, just as you are different from either of us.
I mean, it is interesting. They are different, but the same.
In addition to being a warrior, the Avatar must also be a diplomat.
So, we can solve the world's problems without hurting anyone?
We can try.
Sometimes.
The pennant belonged to the Mother of Faces, an ancient spirit who crafted faces for all living beings. It's because of her that identity came into this world, and she is Ko's mother.
New lore just dropped.
So you got your firebenders and your earthbenders and your whatever benders. They all want something, and they're all willing to fight to get it. So if you're smart, you just sit back and wait for the dust to clear and then pick through the broken pieces for the leftovers. As far as I'm concerned, the world's just fine the way it is.
I love how they're using every new character basically to explore how people respond to a world at war.
Feel free to count it.
I trust you. You know why?
Because if there's any missing, you'll come after us?
Because you're so cute.
I wonder if they're going to pay that off down the road.
Right now, Zhao has the upper hand, but sooner or later, he'll make a mistake, and that's when we can make our move. Until then, patience.
Listen to Uncle. Uncle is wise. Having the clerk laugh was a nice little touch.
What are you doing? Don't write that down.
You see why they chose somebody who has some comedic chops to play Zhao.
We have captured the Avatar! This is just the first step.
I like how this version of Zhao has like slight salesman energy. Doesn't really look like a mask you could see out of, does it?
Did you get everything?
You know it, as much wine as I could haul.
It's gonna be some night, huh?
I laugh at this because if you've worked security and you do like, you know, vehicle checks, the idea of not checking the chassis is just ridiculous. That's one of the first places you should look. Oh, here we go.
Jumping to another conclusion, Joker.
Manhole covers are usually really heavy, so they're not usually something you could just like pick up and drop back down real fast. But hey, a lot of live action occasionally would go ahead and lean a little bit into cartoon logic. Like, hey, why not? Sometimes you just gotta respect the source. Oh, that was cool. That was actually genuinely creepy.
Stop him!
Oh, that guy's dead. We should put a body count counter on the screen. Times like this, I wish I had an editor. Hey, you guys work pretty well together. Mysterious blue masked person. The siege ladders. Wait, was Aang CGI just now? Or is that just me? Yep, more people who are dead.
Pop on!
They're mixing elements of the score that played during this the scene in the animation. That's actually really cool. I always laugh when something like this happens because, you know, the backward momentum, the sword should still have slit Aang's throat. So. Que surprise!
Check over there.
Mook 37, check that quadrant. Mook 38, with me.
You shouldn't try to move.
Oh, we're gonna spend some time with each other, are we? Okay.
Trying to help.
I don't need your help.
Fine. Have it your way.
BK. Sorry.
What?
Nothing.
I'm just thinking it's a good thing that code takes a while to eat.
Can I ask you something? It might be a little personal.
You want to know how I got this scar?
Goat hair or rabbit? Your characters are so neat. I mean, I could never get mine like that. Monks used to say lemur droppings were more legible than my brushstrokes.
Smart. He's humanizing himself to his enemy. Makes it harder for him to be ruthless.
All the air nomad monks, they're all gone. So all I had was your notebook. I can't tell you how many nights I stayed up reading it. You helped me a lot. I mean, it helped me a lot.
This exact scene would fit in a rom-com.
My teachers made me practice every morning. I wasn't allowed to do any fight training Until I had done 100 vertical strokes and 100 horizontal.
Me too. Except mine were for spiritual studies. A lot of the time when I was supposed to be meditating, I was actually sleeping. I always got caught. Probably didn't help I snored.
That's what they have the stick for. They smack you.
If I catch you, I can go home. Then I can take my place as the rightful heir to the Fire Lord.
And that's what you want? To be the next Fire Lord?
Yes. Of course, it's what everyone expects of me.
Is it what you want, or is it what everybody expects of you? Those are different things, you know.
You know what the Fire Lord is doing is wrong. So you don't have to be like him. You can show some compassion.
You're making a lot of assumptions, Aang.
Compassion is a sign of weakness.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
But you did, didn't you?
My plans. My strategy. My military, that's what you have insulted.
Forgive me, Father. I meant no disrespect.
Rise.
No, please, Father.
Rise!
Brother! Don't do this. He's your son.
We'll see.
That was a major change just now. Some more changes. Okay. So we're mixing together two different Agni Kais. They did some good choreography here.
Compassion is a sign of weakness.
They made it so personal.
I miss my friends. Like Kusan. He was the best. And Tears from the Fire Nation. If we knew each other back then, do you think we could have been friends?
The writers definitely know what scenes to keep.
You're wrong, you know. About him not caring. If anything, Zuko cares too much. Especially about the people on this ship.
Of course, sir.
Lieutenant, have you ever wondered how you and the others were assigned this mission?
Oh, they're from the... Oh, that's good.
You have the good fortune of continuing to bask.
They're from the unit that was going to be sacrificed. Seriously, man, these guys are cooking.
I wish to speak with my son.
He's hurt.
He'll recover.
But he'll never heal.
Nah, man. Ozai, you're a piece of shit, bro.
You will find, capture, and bring me the Avatar. You are not to set a foot within our borders until this task is completed, under threat of the severest of penalties.
Ozai, you can't!
Brother, it's done. Oh, and since you're so concerned with the 41st Division, take them with you as your crew.
Isn't a division usually a couple of hundred people?
You're all alive because of my nephew's sacrifice.
Yeah, you feel like shit now, don't you? Ratting him out to Zhao.
I'm not going to ask you where you went. But in the future, nephew, I would appreciate it if you let me know whether or not you're still alive. There actually are a few of us who care about such things.
Attention! Our prince has returned. Up!
What's going on? They must have missed you at music night.
With your Sungi horn? And carry this with you into a better future, Zuko. Make a deal first, dude. You're dealing with a spirit. You have to actually make a deal.
I suppose it can be scary to admit you need people. Some might see that as a weakness, a liability. After all, what greater pain is there than losing someone you love?
Yeah. The life of the Avatar is a life of sacrifice.
I guess that's why we feel the need to hide away and protect ourselves.
What you thinking, Zuko? Uh-oh, psychotic break. Also very clever. That mirrors another scene from later featuring a different person. They're doing some good work in the show, guys. They're doing some good work. I'm going to sound like a broken record. Obviously, tons of remixed stuff. We also got several scenes that were basically word for word and almost shot for shot from the animation. They're really showing a strong understanding of what scenes to keep basically as is. These guys have a good connection with the themes and the core elements of the narrative arcs for each of these characters. I'm really enjoying watching them work. I liked how we basically pulled forward a conversation or elements of a conversation between Aang and Zuko into this part of the story where, you know, we could use it to explore Zuko's past a little bit, and gave us, like, you know, this nice payoff at the end where, you know, Iroh helped the crew connect with Zuko. And definitely, you know, it's really cool getting like this sort of like reveal that the people that Zuko spoke out to protect at the War Council meeting, that gave him his scar, you know, the reason why he has his scar, are the people who are on the boat with him. That's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this episode. And especially if you are from, you know, if you're like me and you watched the original series like a bunch of times, let me know how you feel about the changes and how you feel they're doing, you know, with streamlining the plot and respecting the core like arcs of these characters. As always, if you're going to talk about anything specific that comes later in the animation past the point we're at, or if you've already seen the last 2 episodes of the season of the live action and you want to talk about it, just, you know, say spoilers and what you're spoiling, so that, you know, like whether it's this show or the animation or whatever, so that, you know, nobody accidentally spoils themselves. But yeah, as always, do your best to stay safe and be well, and I will see you for the next 2 episodes. Yep, yep.
Perhaps you've come to return what you stole from me.
What did you take?